Hi knitters, in today's video we are going to be learning how to knit the moss stitch. Now this is a very textured stitch that looks great on either side. So let's get started. For this swatch I'll be using a skein of worsted weight yarn, a pair of size 8 bamboo needles, a tapestry needle for finishing, and a pair of small scissors. For the swatch today, I will start by casting on 20 stitches. This stitch pattern uses a multiple of 4. So if you want to use it for another project, you'll always want to cast on at least 4 stitches, so 20 today. And as you can see, I'm using the long tail cast on. If you'd like to learn this cast on, I'll provide a link above to that video. When you've finished casting on, always get in the habit of counting how many stitches are on your needle before you start knitting. Okay, row 1 is the right side of your work, and the pattern is as follows. Knit 2 stitches, purl 2 stitches, and you will just keep repeating, alternating knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, all the way across the row. Now we're ready for row 2. This is going to be the opposite of what we started on for row 1. We're going to purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, and keep alternating those stitches across the row. When you've finished the row, take a moment to check that you still have 20 stitches on the needle. Now let's go to row 3. This row is worked the same as row 2. We will be working purl 2, knit 2, then repeating purl 2, knit 2 all the way across the row. Now you may have noticed that I hold my yarn a little differently as I knit. I don't wrap it around the needle, I kind of pick it, and that is because I'm using a method of holding the needles and the yarn called Continental knitting. I've provided a link right here so you can check it out and try it out and see if it's a method you'd like to use. The Continental method really allows me to knit faster, have more even tension, and more consistent stitches. Now we're ready for row 4. This row is knit 2 stitches, purl 2 stitches, and just keep repeating that across the row. You're going to alternate knit 2 stitches, purl 2 stitches. And this is the last row of our pattern repeat. So from here you're going to start with row 1 again, and you'll work rows 1 through 4 and just keep repeating that rows 1 through 4 until you get to the length that you'd like your swatch or garment to be. So here's a look at our swatch thus far, but I'd like to share a ninja tip with you that I use frequently when I'm knitting any project. I take a notepad and I write out the pattern repeats. As you can see, it says 1 through 4, 1 through 4, and the stitches required. Then after I've finished a row, I check it off. So when I pick it up again, I'll know exactly what row I need to start with. Okay, I'm now at the desired length I'd like my project, and look at how nice these stitches come up and all the texture. So let's bind off. You'll want to bind off on a row 2 or 4 so that you get the completed stitch row. I'm binding off on row 2 because it reached the desired length. So I purl the first 2 stitches, then pull the first yarn over. Now I knit the next stitch and bring that one over. Knit the next stitch, bring it over. Now I go back to purling, bring the first stitch over, and just keep repeating that across the row until I have 1 stitch left on the needle. With 1 stitch left on the needle, we're going to clip the yarn, leaving about a 4-inch tail, and then pull that yarn through the loop to fasten it off. And then to finish, you're going to weave in the yarn ends. Now, using a multiple of 4 stitches, you can use moss stitch to create a shawl, a scarf, or even a dishcloth. So give it a try, and don't forget to like this video, to get notified every time I post, hit the notification bell and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.